Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Poplars. Today, I'm finally here again, but last time I missed it because I had to do homework. But here I am at the San Pablo Recreation Area again, or also known as the East Bay Watershed. But all the poison oak, and my ears hurt a lot from running. I don't know why, but they hurt. But anyway, all the poison oak from last time I was here, which is probably like August. It was mid-August, I believe. They are all going dormant, but I wanted to go here, not only to see what has changed, of course, as always, but to also, one of the things I wanted to do was check up on the Eurybia radulina flowers that I saw last time, because I really want to collect some seeds from them, and I know that they get pollinated often. There were only 3 stalks, and you can see that all the grass, which is probably invasive, is starting to sprout. I don't know what these little seedlings are, but they could probably be some kind of invasive sunflower, like the Italian thistle, which is in the sunflower family. I don't know, but there are still some seeds on the Chlorogulum pomeridianum. It's the soaproot. It is completely dead, but it is still dropping seeds. We have a native rose as well, and they are deciduous. And there's the Dryopteris. And I am curious to see how the fall colors look. Oh wow. I always forget to bring a nice moist paper towel. But I could just rub some of it off. I can put kind of stick my hand in the creek and get my glove wet a little bit, and then collect some spores, just rubbing it onto there. I don't know. Maybe just like finding a loose string that I can rub it onto, and then cutting that string off and put it in the soil. Where was it? It was somewhere here. It was somewhere here. I don't know where. Oh, it was here. I thought, well, here's some of the old stalks. Okay, here it is. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Because that's one of the things I'm here for. And they are ripe. These are very good looking seeds. And the structure of these seeds, it's called an achene when there's a tuft of hair attached to the seed. And that helps it disperse itself in the wind. And I'll show you a better example. It makes it lighter. So when the wind actually blows, let's try to show you. Yeah. But I'm gonna collect a lot of seed. I'm gonna collect probably a whole flower head's worth of seeds. You can see it's still alive. It hasn't completely died. But this, you need more of this. If you're not growing this in your yard, it's almost like an accidental crime. But for people who have not gotten into the kind of that kind of culture where like you're always saying like fuck lawns and only native plants. If you're slowly getting out of the habit of falling into the trap of society's advertising for landscaping, then it's okay. It is honestly quite a radical view, not many people have this kind of view on the landscaping status of America or the US. Like lawns and golf, but it's okay. If it looks pretty, go out into the wild areas. You can download iNaturalist and see if it's native or not. Or you can use Siri Knowledge. You could just swipe up on an image that you have taken, and it shows you the information. But it will also show you a possible suggestion for a plant that is just kind of like Siri Knowledge. But anyway, yeah, if you live in the Pacific Northwest or on the west coast of the US, this is a great plant. So it grows all the way up to British Columbia, and it can be found all the way down to Southern California, as far as I know. But it's a really nice plant, as I showed you probably 2 months ago, and when it was blooming. It was really nice. It had some purple, it had some white, it had some almost really dark brown colors in it, and it had some probably yellowish stamens and styles, or female parts of the flowers. But I haven't paused the video or cut it a little bit at all so far. Here, I don't know what genus this is, but I know it's either in the lily family, Liliaceae, or it's in the Amaryllis family, Amaryllidaceae. But it also could be in the asparagus family, Asparagaceae. One thing's for sure, it is in the Asparagales family. Now, they don't always form umbels like this. This is an umbel structure flower. And they have 6 petals. No, three petals, 3 sepals, which are kind of like petals, but they're really similar. But it's okay if you're a rookie at plant science. It's okay. Just call them petals. I don't want to screw up your mind processing whatever. But if you're really interested, yeah, go for it. But yeah, Asparagales. It's one of my favorite families. Salicaceae as a family is not one of my favorites, because even though it has my favorite genus of tree, Populus, it does not have the floral diversity that I am very intrigued by, such as Asteraceae. And speaking of Asteraceae, here, and these black dying stalks, they're Artemisia douglassiana. It's a very, very small scale sunflower relative, but the seeds are really, really tiny. Well, you can see one right there. That little bright thing there. Also, I passed by an ash over there. Here's another ash. They're getting fall colors now. It's mid-October. All of the honeysuckle, this Lonicera hispidula, is getting its fall colors. And it looks really nice. It turns purple. If you stop watering it in like late summer, it'll kind of go into this purple color to kind of retain some energy without having to, if it's green, it's gonna waste a lot of, it's gonna keep drawing the sap. But if it's purple, it protects it from desiccating, and it acts as a UV protection thing, so that I can hold the moisture in. It's like when a succulent turns red. This California black oak is not doing so well, so therefore it's getting early fall colors. It's already kind of orange. Yeah. But it's not very old, but it's probably, I can see it grew like a foot this year, so that's pretty nice. It's not unhealthy. I think it could be just the genetic variations, but this oak usually goes dormant quite late. In the nightshade, I do want to collect a cutting from this. I'm not absolutely sure if it is native or not, but it's a drought deciduous nightshade. A lot of this green twigs you see here. All these green twigs that look like lichen is just a nightshade. And I can see it does smell like a nightshade. It's very stinky. But I want to collect a cutting from this. This has it has blue flowers, yellow fall colors, and they have nice little spade-shaped leaves. But here's the ash, Fraxinus latifolia, the invasive plum trees. I do actually think they're invasive. They're mildly invasive, even in the unirrigated parts, whether it's natural or not. They do spread a little bit. This is Prunus ceracifera. It's the cherry plum, and you often see this along streets or stuff in the landscaping as the purple cultivar. But the native poison oak is looking fabulous. And you can see there's some crawling up the tree over there. It almost looks like a different kind of tree, but it's crawling up an ash that gets later fall colors. It looks like down there, the fall colors are setting in now. Whatever this grass is, it looks pretty nice, honestly. It is going dormant at a fair time of the year instead of going dormant in June or May, as most of the grass here does, which probably didn't used to happen because most of the grasses here now are the invasive annual ones. But here's an ash seedling, and it's full autumn colors. And quickly I can show you the mechanism of a shoot. See, on this is a second, it looks like it was pruned here. They respond well to pruning because they have opposite leaves, and therefore the two branches that sprout are not really competing with each other. They can, often, but the older leaves fall off first. And then the last ones have to stay on a little bit longer so that they stay green a little bit. The Dryopteris might go dormant in December. In December it might be a bit kind of sand colored, the leaves. But I swear, if I don't come here again with actually intentions of collecting spores, I am going to get angry at myself. Oh, the pretty poison. You gotta believe it. How does one not agree with me that it is pretty, while still being very well aware that it is poisonous? I happen to know both that it is pretty and poisonous, but I still love it, and I have two bonsai of poison oak, and they are just starting to get fall colors. These are getting fall colors a bit earlier because they were not constantly growing in moist soil. So the leaves fell off earlier, but now I thought it was like August or September that was the peak poison oak fall color timing. It is in early September in the dry areas like exposed hillsides, but here in the forest it's definitely October. And it looks really nice. The phone is not actually picking up all the values, which is kind of upsetting. This is a bunch of native sedge in the Cyperaceae family. Now, I did collect seeds of that. Remember, there's a Epactus helleborine. This is it is invasive orchid in the east where it rains more, but here it's quite harmless, but it's not native. Now I'm already at 14 minutes, so I'm gonna try to speed it up. I forgot what this is, but it's in the asparagus family. This one's about to fall off, but I already collected seed from this. Now it looks like this seed has 4 sections to it. So there's gonna be 4 seeds in it. But yeah, it's a monocot because it has the parallel veination And if you prune back to one of these leaves, it's not going to sprout two branches. It's going to keep growing out of the center like a grass does when you mow it. Now is the time to collect snowberry seeds. The berries are white, and they're not actually berries, they're a drupe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Just like plums, they have a central seed in the middle. Actually, I don't think that's what it is, snowberry. But that's not the term for snowberries, but it could be an actual berry. They're kind of soft, they're like marshmallows. They're that soft. But they have this white juice in them. The buckeyes are finally going dormant. And the seeds on the buckeyes are growing slowly but steadily over the months. Now after I pass through this dense, large, old growth, little grove of mixed trees, I'm going to pause the footage. So there's the native sycamore. I think I see the fibrous seeds on the ground now, and it is time. It has to be time soon to collect the seeds on the sycamores. There are no branches that are low enough for me to get them, but there are 3 large native sycamores here, and that is what I want. Okay, so that looks like the fibers of the seeds, but there are no, like, weird seeds. I don't know how to describe them. This is the raspberry area. I think it might be a black raspberry because it has a glaucous white stem most of the time. And I guess yellow fall colors. Rubus occidentalis it could be, but I'm not sure. There's also an invasive privet here. This is from Korea. The Platanus racemosa, they get peak fall colors in early December, I think. However, I have seen them get later fall colors. This raspberry also gets late fall colors. The Physocarpus right here, which I finally remembered the scientific name, it gets fall colors. Well, they're kind of starting now, but they, probably in November it's going to be peaked. And poison oak, it does also have a wide range of fall colors. The timing, this one is quite late. Unlike the rest, I need to put my phone into focus mode. So I have done it. Now I won't be able to autofocus, but that's fine. So there's the leaves. They have a leafless twig tip. And I have seen this in crested form. I was hiking in Marin County and there was a poison oak by the sea cliffs. It had grown in a spatula pattern, like shape, and it was so odd. I've never ever seen poison oak do that, but shortly after, looking at the images suggested by Siri that are similar to what I took, and one of them was an even weirder crested poison oak. So now I learned something new. I am contemplating going a new route this time because I want to see what goes the other way on the trail. I think next month it's possible I have to go in between November and October because oh that's bright. That's a very bright fluorescent red or pink. But the ashes might get earlier fall colors than I thought. This poplar is just starting. I don't know what poplar it is still. because I'll have to look at the leaves. I mean, the leaves, I've seen them. They don't really look like the native. Oh, they look like the native one, but they don't. The growth is just odd. It's just, I've never seen the Fremont cottonwood grow like this. I don't know what seedlings these are. They look. They could be the willow herb seedlings. There's a willow herb right here. It has the fluffy seeds. As many do in the Onagraceae family. It seems that the poison oak here is a bit later. Look, the ground. That's probably an Italian thistle seedling right here. Of all things. Because that's usually what ends up happening. When those start growing, they end up being one of those prickly, annoying thistles. But here, oh, so the poison oak is later and the ashes are earlier over here. And it already looks like this is what it looks like. The amount of fall colors that is in northern Washington state right now. This is actually the same amount of fall colors that is in like the Great Lakes area right now, which is crazy. It's a little area that looks like it should be way colder than it actually is, which probably means that a lot of these ashes, they're gonna come out and leaf earlier. That's what I think. It's usually what happens. If I'm not mistaken, the earlier ones are also earlier in both seasons. However, my ash bonsai has not even started fall colors at all. The ashes can get really pale fall colors too. It's almost white. The pear is still green. So that's usually the area I go. I'm gonna put my seeds in my pocket. I'll just show you what it looks like. I love poison oak so much. Because I already know the precautions in getting up close to it and appreciating it at this level. So with the knowledge I have, I can appreciate it up close and carefully grow it and protect myself. But here is, it'd be cool if this tree was not here, but of course it's just one of the native alders. But it's last time I was here, there was a flood, and it looks like the water level has risen. Okay, I gotta take care of that. Someday I gotta actually get into the private property of this, because no one's gonna take care of this French broom seedlings here. No one is. Not even the people who maintain this area. I don't trust that. So there is no way to get down here, but that's gonna get out of control if it's not uprooted by a flood. But you can see all of these rosettes you see here, here. That's the invasive prickly lettuce, Lactusa crisarina, seriola, and other forms. There's even a narrow leaf Lactusa down there as well. That you can see these narrow leaves, the narrow bluish green leaves. It's very hard to tell, but there's a stalker. That's one of the narrow leaf Lactusas. They all bleed the same white sap that's toxic and will make your eyes go blind if you get it in there. But it's also toxic to ingest. Okay, here's one of the buckeye nuts. It's not ripe yet. They ripen in late November, or just throughout November. Okay, so I have been down this way a few times, probably at most 3. It could have just been 2 times. But oh wow, I like this grass. it's suggesting that it's native given the way that it's behaving. It's forming a clump. It's not acting like an invasive. This is the same grass I saw, at least I think, further up at the beginning of the video. But this is hope that I think this is a native grass and it has not been irrigated at all, of course. That's a lovely ash. So it stays green, so it probably has it's probably like a herbaceous perennial that has like rhizomes. But there's mint here. I think this is penny oil. Yes, it is. If you eat too much of this, your liver might start malfunctioning. But it is used as a tea that can be only for very specific and certain levels of health problems, because it can fuck with your liver. But it does taste. It tastes so strong, like a really potent toothpaste, and yeah, just don't eat too much of it. One leaf is okay. A whole plant is probably pushing it. I don't know. I've never tried. I have eaten a whole stalk without any symptoms, but anyway. But when you first see a plant, the first thought that goes to your mind should not be, is it edible? And can I make a potion out of it? It's not the way to go. You gotta learn about it first, like other things, the basic stuff. Don't go straight into herbalism, because herbalism is fine when you have no the other stuff like what eats, where is it native, what is the scientific name, common name, what benefit does it have to where it is native, what animals eat it, what animals depend on it, how does it benefit animals, or does it rely on the root system of a different plant? Is it hemiparasitic? Is it completely parasitic? Yeah, stuff like that. And then you can learn about the chemicals in the leaves, why it is evolved to do like that. Like many members of the mint family, and I'm not talking about the mint order, such as ashes and olives, but I'm talking about the ones that actually smell, and those ones have evolved to detract any herbivores that want to eat it. So it has slowly gained more terpenes, which are the chemicals that make the leaves smell so good to us. We are one of the very few creatures, if not the only, that are able to eat mints. But other animals don't like them. And then you can go, well, how does it benefit us? How does the plant benefit us? Is there a way that Native Americans or Native people have used it over the many millennia before us? And then you can say, well, what ways can we use it now? What ways have we developed or learned how to use it? Now, the answers to these questions, I don't really know, but I certainly know the process of thought into learning about a new plant. There are a lot of plants that I know the entire phylogeny about. A few, actually, just I was exaggerating, but such as a Jersey cudweed, I think, which is Helichrysum luteolalbum, Nephaliae, Asteraceae, Asterales, Asterids. It gets a bit unclear in the clades and classes, but eudicots, angiosperms, and I think that the domain. No, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I was going in the order of less specific, from like species to kingdom order. an order of a taxa. So I'm already noticing it's less diverse here. That's why I've been going that way a bit more often. But I have not been to the other side of this trail. Now I don't know how far it even goes. The sky is clearing, and even in the north, but there's a massive cloud headed towards us. There are lots of storm clouds headed towards us, and they're coming from that direction. I can't even see. I could barely even see any clouds in the northern part of the sky. I kind of see them, but it's surprising. I thought it was gonna be overcast. It's gonna rain at 12, and it's gonna rain really hard for like the next 24 hours, maybe even more. It doesn't smell like poison hemlock anymore, because the stalks have died, but they're just starting to regenerate. If there is enough, if the grass is holding in that much soil into the moisture into the soil. There's a oh no, it's not native. That grass. It's not invasive. It's a harmless, non-native grass, but it's an herbaceous perennial. It gets quite tall. It's pretty much as tall as me. Okay, so okay, this is as far as I've been. I've been as far as the hemlock. That's the farthest I've been. So now I'm setting my record. Oh, this is Tragopogon dubious. It is not native. It's invasive in areas that get more rain, such as the Rocky Mountains. Yeah, I still rarely see it. So I don't think I think it's just like it's just a feral weed. But it has one of the largest dandelions ever. So the clump of seeds would be like that big around, as big as like a softball. The flowers are kind of, they're decent, but you know, the dandelion head is massive. So last time, I don't remember seeing this from there, but you know, and I don't remember anyone else noticing it. Oh, lovely. But there is something here. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's more. There's a whole lot more. Is this one colony? Does it spread underground? Eurybia radulina, asteraceae. It's a rough-leaf aster, but none of them seem to have flowered. None of them. I don't know. It puzzles me a lot. I do not know why it flowers so rarely. Looks like there's a new creek, another creek. It's a mosquito. They're quite large, actually. This is an abomination. Oh, I didn't pull it out. It's over here. Where am I? What? I don't even know where I am. Protected watershed. Well, it's not on private property. I don't know what. Hold on. I don't know where I am. This road does not look familiar. It's the Natural Resources Department, which is one of the areas of career that I plan to go in. It's one of the things I was introduced to when I was working in the John Muir National Historic Site in Martinez. I'm gonna keep going. This is the same trail. There's also this Fremontodendron. This is a Fremontodendron, and it's a member of the hibiscus family, Malvaceae, because it has similar leaves, but you don't want to touch these seed pods because they have those glaucids on them that get in your skin, and they're the finest splinters. They're very light brown splinters. It's like tarantula hairs. They get in your skin. They get deeper and deeper. So it's like I think they're the same. They have like those barbs on them that only make them go deeper into your skin. So they really hurt. I don't know. I'm thinking of the actual spines on a cholla, the cholla cacti, but the glaucids, like on the areoles of a pear cactus, okay, so I'm close to the boat launch area, so I'm probably close to the reservoir as well. Now the aerials, they're like tarantula hairs. They're almost fiberglass textured in material, but they're very, very fine hairs. They could best be viewed on a microscope. Oh, this is absolutely lovely. I mean, it's not like an entire field of it. That would be absolutely breathtaking, but without all this invasive Rubus arminiacus, Himalayan blackberry, this could be a bit more poison oak. You could certainly, I don't think it's legal. It's probably illegal, but if you have a hedge of poison oak, it would definitely keep people away from doing crimes on your house. Like if you have an HOA thing, if you live in an HOA and for some reason, out of pure luck, the organization who takes care of it just doesn't get their jobs done in time, you can definitely establish something like that and then just grow a native prairie behind that hedge while everyone is brainwashed into thinking that you're growing weeds or that you're breaking the law. I always love breaking the standards of American landscaping because it really sucks. There's another pear here. It's a larger one. I don't know why or how it is here, but it's just a larger one, and it's not invasive. So I don't think it's the Bradford pear. But look at all the Artemisia. Wait, no, it's a Pseudonephalia californica. All of this. You can see the flower heads. That silhouette right there, that's the flower head of Pseudonephalia californica, and there's actually one quite up close. I'll go here. It's still blooming, actually. No, it's just forming seeds. Oh. Here. These are seeds. It's also in the Asteraceae family. And you can see the fluffy seeds. Fluffing down. They're very lightweight for wind dispersal. But I wish they would get rid of these eucalyptus trees. And also trying not to take down this native valley oak, Quercus lobata, at the same time. Because oh wow, it's a huge oak. It's fully twice as large as, and both height and diameter as the oak in my yard. I was hoping that it was going to be gloomy the entire time I was hiking and make it seem like fall, because you can tell the sunlight it doesn't, when it's shining through fall colors, the fall colors almost look white. I'm exaggerating, but when it's cloudy, you can not only see better with your eyes, because the definition is lower, I think. And yeah. Oh, and there's Maria sativa, one of my plants that I'm curious about, and I've tried collecting a seed, as I have done many times, which they look like that. You get the oils, because all those little hairs on the stem are covered in these drops of, this very aromatic substance that's made to ward away herbivores. However, it makes me feel like eating it. But today there's a high of 65, I think. I think I see the clouds coming. They're not coming very fast. Is this? Oh, no wait, this is the teasel. I'm gonna bet that's the invasive teasel right there. Because it cannot be Helenium puberurum, which is almost an aquatic aster. It's a riparian aster. It's not aquatic, but the teasel. The scientific name starts with a D. I know that, but I forgot what it was. It's invasive. It's from Europe or somewhere near there. We're at 40 minutes, so I'm gonna try to speed up. There's a clearing over there. Oh, this is nice. Oh, wow. Wow, I've never seen this much Pseudonephalia californica. It's the California. Oh, what is it? California. Oh, cudweed. California cudweed. I'm gonna collect some seed of this, because this flower head is in peak seed dispersal. Yeah, very healthy seeds. I could have I'm gonna have a very hard time taking this out of my pocket, but it is for the spread of this into landscaping. It takes time to learn to appreciate the native flora and fauna, such as cicadas. Everyone hates them, but they're really nice for the environment. And without them, life would be different for us, and that's hard to believe for a lot of people. But oh my God, there is something crazy up ahead. This is crazy. Everything here, I'm just looking. Everything here, except from the thistles and the invasive grass, is native. And this, I've never seen a more stinging nettle. That's all stinging nettle. That's nice to see. It could be the native kind, I'm not sure. Urtica dioica, it is. Urticaceae. But then, there's like these dead stalks over there. They could be in the mint family. They look like they're in the mint family. That's just from my angle. But oh my God, and then there's all of these stalks right here. That's Epilobium ciliatum. Onegraceae. That is incredible. Now, okay, all these brown bushes, that is the bristly ox tongue. That's invasive. Okay, so it looks like in the middle here, in the wettest part, so it looks like, no, actually, no, it's not the wettest part. Something's blooming, or getting fall colors. I think it's the fall colors. Some amaranth or something, I have no idea. But there's something in the, it's in the aster family. All the green stuff. But this, I've never seen so much willow herb. But you see all this fluffy stuff here. On the here, I thought that would be much further inward. like where it's more wet. This is incredible. And over here, all those little stalks. That's Erigeron canadensis. It's the horseweed, and a lot of people call it a weed, but it is native to North America. It's not native specifically to here, but it has a wide distribution in North America, and it is extremely invasive in other continents, I believe. If it is introduced to, or if it has been, it has the potential to be extremely invasive. But here it's fine. It's also the first weed that people found out to resist glyphosate. So, rock on, keep resisting against the powers. And then in the distance, over here, there's a patch of Pseudonephalia californica. There's also willows. These bushes here. No? Yeah, that's a willow. It's just one of the dwarf willows. They don't get much taller than that. They also have like white undersides, which is why on the leaves, so that's why they look kind of pale. Oh, this is a big leaf maple. And I don't know why or how it fell over, but that's cool. It's loaded with seeds. I wish I could see how charged my phone is, and I can't. I'm not super worried about it, but it has happened before where it dies when I don't expect it to. Look at all the stinging nettle. All this is stinging nettle. Imagine walking through that. We can put the U.S. president, put him on blindfolds and make him walk through there, while the people holding his hands are wearing like gas or like hazmat suits or whatever. Or maybe put like I don't know. There's probably a lot of corrupt CEOs in this country, and they would fare well. They wouldn't die. I'm not saying they should die. I don't like thinking that. But, kind of a bit of a painful reminder that I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, here. I found it. Well, it's growing close enough to the water. Helenium puberilum. I don't know why. It probably has some kind of hairy something. I don't know, but which is why it's called puberilum. But here, it's native. It has there's the disc florets. It almost has no ray florets, which is what I meant to say. And then all the disc florets, they are clumped up in a ball, which is kind of nice, which makes it really nice to kind of take out the seed heads. Oh yeah, it's really wet here. The ground is actually kind of moist because there's willows. No wonder. There's more here. Is that native grass? I feel like it could be, I don't know. There's more. Helenium oh wait, no, this is Mentha pugilium. This is the pennyroyal, and then there's also the invasive bristly oxtongue. Some of the willows just somehow get early fall colors. Usually they look like this in late December and sometimes January. And there's the San Pablo Creek. I am starting to think that this trail goes completely around the reservoir, and that is not what I want to do. I still have some homework to do. There's the buckeye seeds forming. Last I checked, probably over an hour ago, my phone was at 97%. I did not put it on power saving mode, which I don't know how that would do while filming a video. I think Oh, that's all poison oak. That's an old poison oak. Very old poison oak. It even has like some crackled bark at the base of it. That's nice. We're at 50 minutes. I have to end it soon. There's more Helenium puberullum. The flowers are tapering off, but there are still some new ones coming out. Like here. But it should stop flowering by November. I mean, not ideally, but expectedly. I see something. It looks like a window. No, if it's part of a building, it's definitely a window, possibly. But it looked kind of like a round. It's flat, a flat top. It has roundish sides. But this is cool too. This gloomy pine forest. Wait, well, actually, 70% of these trees are dead. Actually, probably because of the drought. I don't know. I don't know why they're dying, but it could be it could be an insect, a pathogen that has invaded from somewhere else far away. I don't know. It's really sad. The Monterey pines, they're suffering. They're one of the most suffering trees that I've seen here. But because I don't know, I just see like every summer I see a new one dying. Oh, there's some Symphyotrichum, a native. It's related to New England aster, but it is. This has to end up in your yard. If it's not, I don't know how, but it looks like this was mowed somewhere in early summer, and then these kind of sprouted up, possibly. Yeah, it does look like that. But this is really nice to see. I want this all over my yard. Okay. Something is happening. And I think it's fair to say this is as far as I will go. One last thing. I have to collect seeds of this. There are some seeds. Okay, yes, those are ripe. I have to collect some seeds. I have to disperse it. I don't often see this. I have seen it before I gained awareness about it, but I just wasn't looking at it. It's kind of hard to notice as well. Unless it's like, oh. But I mean, it's a fall blooming plant. But that is all for today. Thanks for joining me here among the watch poplars.